Good morning. It is about 9:45 a.m. Monday morning, President's Day. Senator Antonio Hayes has a book called it's called I Am Dred Scott. I've been making a movie and a documentary about the Democratic Party since 2006. It's called the Get Shorty Program, self-help organization for the redevelopment, re-education of the young. It was a program that I paid for out of my pocket. All right? And the Shorty program was policing the police and policing the political party of the Democratic Party that Gov.O'Malley created called the Mob Machine. It had 52 members that I was documenting. On February the 2nd, 2011, I turned all these people in to the city solicitor and Greg Bernstein. It was about Scott Shellenberger and his corruption in the courts. 2007, when I started this, Chief Justice Roberts had this. Now, everything that I'm telling you, you can go to Senator Antonio Hayes and get the book. The book has the movie releases in the legal mail, the green cards. You can also go to Johnny Orlesky. He has a thing called the Minority Report. And you can also contact Chief Justice Bell and Chief Justice Roberts. You can go directly to the Department of Justice, David Kamenetz, from U.S. District Courts, federal courts at the Fallon Building, and go to Mr. Hardin in the Department of Justice. Because like I said, Johnny Orlesky going to write me 2 letters. When I get them 2 letters, one's to the Department of Justice and one is to the senators and the House and the delegates in the Judiciary Committee. I'm asking to access the grand jury in 2019 session, and I'm also asking y'all to sign my movie release. The movie's about Baltimore Rewired. It's about Baltimore City, Baltimore County delegations and the laws y'all passed to incarcerate black Baltimore City, and black Baltimore County residents. It shows the illegalities in your courts and the treatment of inmates inside the Baltimore County Detention Center. It shows your abuses of power and the illegal campaign contributions given to the party. I'm a private chef and a caterer. I'm an activist. I'm everything that I said I would be when I started this. The Shorty program been in effect since 1986. I'm a legal precedent-setting case. It's about the illegal war on drugs. I went to jail to prove that the war on drugs was illegal and racially biased. And I was going to the courts to prove it. I can't get to the courts if Shellenberger keep locking me up and denying me access. So now we got to do what we got to do. 2019 session, the House Judiciary and the Senate Judiciary, Mr. Miller and Mr. Bush, and Governor Hogan, Brian Frost, and Peter Francott. I want to audit, the federal and the state audit. City, county, state, and federal levels. That means Kathleen Pugh, you got to enter in on this too, because I was a Baltimore City resident. I was kidnapped from my residency. The same way that Commissioner Davis kidnapped that little black boy, and y'all let him go, well, Shellenberger kidnapped me, and he used the Baltimore County Police Department to do it. You feel me? You kidnapped me and you took my film and my movie exposing your play-to-play politics. It was a stop snitching video. If you sent them brothers to jail, I want to send some politicians to jail too. Ain't no law against making a movie. It is a law about lying to the grand jury. There's no statute of limitations on fiduciary fraud or fraud in the court. Shellenberger not only presented false evidence to the grand jury, and Shellenberger needs to be disbarred. So in the 2019 session, anytime Shellenberger come to testify, I'm getting ready to write a letter to bar and ban any testimony by Scott Shellenberger 2019 until this issue of my kidnapping is addressed. City, county, state, federal levels. Baltimore City, I was a Baltimore City resident. I paid taxes. We're going to have to show how I went from $260,000 a year to nothing. Frost, Francott, consumer protection fraud. I was locked up in another state. Nobody could run my business. I got sole proprietorship. I am Dred Scott. And we're going to bring all this into court. But in 2019, I want access to the grand jury, and I want you to sign my movie release. That's all I want. I don't want no new laws. I don't want to pass no laws. But anytime Scott Shellenberger come to testify, discredit everything he says. Anything Mosby says, coming to discredit anything Mosby says. And it's on this feed. I've been fighting this fight for 13 years. We're going to end it in 2019. I'm going to mic check the room, and you know how I do.